Hello everybody, Elijah here. Welcome you all to another Epic 7 video. And today we're going to be looking at the balance adjustment preview. We already saw like the heroes that they were going to release in this. Being like Jez, Kise, Specimen Sez, Spirit Eye Celine, Hwayoung, even like are we bringing her back? We got Elena, Command Model Laika, Auxiliary Loss, that's crazy. ML Achates, Romann Montmorancy, Angel Montmorancy. Well, those will probably be the same thing. I always weird when they put like a 3-star in their specialty change, as if the 3-star like they'll get the same changes essentially. And we have like 3 artifacts as well. We saw a preview of these heroes last week, and I took my guesses as to what I think the changes might be. So let's go ahead and see how right or wrong I am about these changes. Let's get into it. But if you do enjoy the video, please remember like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what hero you're excited about in regards to these adjustments. Who are you the most excited about? Who's the most like yes for you? Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at Judge Kise, who it looks like they changed just about everything. Okay, let's see. So she gets defense pin on her S1. So 20% defense pin on her S1 now. Okay. Then her S2, I think that's her S2. I think the end of evil is her S2. Attacks all enemy with a scythe, dispelling all buffs with a 100% chance to make them unable to counterattack for 2 turns, and 75% chance to decrease defense for 2 turns. A soul burn grants an extra turn. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the original Judge Kise, her S2 gave her an extra turn, and then she would S3? Like, if I'm not mistaken, like, that's how that worked, right? And she has the dispelling all buffs, which is, like, a very big thing, where, like, you know, it was only, like, an 80% chance, I'm pretty sure. And it was only 1 buff. So, yeah, I kind of was like, they're probably gonna up that a little bit. And they didn't really fix the one issue. Oh, so they're just, like, fully commit to her being a debuffer now. They gave her an effectiveness imprint concentration. That's crazy, because I only know one person that actually uses her as a debuffer, and that's like YD. So that's interesting. Um, let's see. Yeah, so her S3 attacks all enemies before increasing skill cooldowns by 1 turn, and no more skill nullifier. Oh wait, no. Okay, it gives her invincibility. I don't know if that's better. I don't know if that's better, right? Because the skill nullifier kind of like gave support for the entire team. Now she is a little bit more selfish, you know, of a unit. The effectiveness imprint, I mean, I don't think that's necessary too. Do they want her to be a damage dealer? Let's look, let's read. Just Kise is a powerful hero. I don't know about that. And she unleashes a sequence of skills through Soul Burn. However, her overall utility fell short of expectation, primarily due to the limited effectiveness of her skills, excluding Wave of Light. In our efforts to enhance her performance, we are focusing on refining her skill End of Evil and transferring her Soul Burn to the End of Evil. While okay, so they're giving her effectiveness to synergize better with her skills. Okay. These adjustments to aim to make her more appealing choice of a hero. I don't know if this is gonna. We'll have to see. This isn't good enough to make me want to like summon for her at all. So it's kind of like meh. Like I don't know, but it does. It's just nice. Like the 100% chance is nice, but this doesn't address the issue that I think a lot of people have is that she's just too slow. But for those Judge Kise one tricks, maybe this could be enough to make you continue to one trick her and use her, right? Because she has a Dispel All buffs, which is a pretty big thing, by the way, to have. So I guess this could be nice. And then she can prevent people from counterattacking. But there's also the chance of getting 50% it. So you can't really build her with that much damage, right? So you have to build her with like effectiveness, right? You can't build her as a damage dealer. So if you're building her as an opener and she's not fast enough to be properly built as one without some insane gears, you're having this like, you know, identity crisis with her where you want her to be first, but she can't really take the first turn because she's slower than every other opener in the game. So this is a little, I don't know if this was a change that was needed, but you guys can let me know how you feel about it. Specimen Sez, oh my gosh, they're giving him evasion. That's insane. I don't know if that's good though. Because the thing about it, the thing about it is that I think Specimen Sez, like, we use like Wind Rider typically. At least I do. I always use Wind Rider in my Specimen Sez because it's just nice to, you know, you one-shot somebody, you go into stealth. Well, now you don't have to use Wind Rider though, because now you have that protection, and you could also maybe even build him on like Lifesteal and have him built kind of like Rylet. Or no, you could probably build him like on like counter set, right? You could probably put him on counter set so you can like counter stun, and you don't have to necessarily worry about him like dying instantly because of his evasion. Now that you have him on, he has 70%, well, he has 50% evasion, and then you get the other 20% with an artifact. That is probably what they want to do. Have him a slower counter build or a lifesteal build maybe, and then going around doing that. There's also that one artifact that gives you the % chance to counterattack that also grants evasion. There's also that one as an option as well. So you can use that on a lifesteal build, and then like he can, you know, he can kind of survive, right? I think this is kind of like Specimen Sez's biggest issue, is that he can just easily just die without, you know, he doesn't get his turn, and you just, and the enemy team just kills him. So I think that's a decent change. And it is not too overpowered, like with the amount of answers to evasion now. I think this is okay. We'll just have to see. It does open the doors for him to have a little bit more survivability, but you know, his damage is insane. So like if he gets his turn off to a stun unit, this might just be what he needs. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Spirit Eye Celine. Okay. They... What? Okay. So they increase the damage. Absorb some of the damage as health. Penetrates the target defense by 50%. Okay, so they're increasing the defense pin. That's insane. That's really good. And then when she uses her S3, she increases her attack by 25%. Okay. Okay, I see what's happening here. They are acknowledging that most people, when they're using Spirit Eye Celine, they're using her as like a speedy opener, right? Or not necessarily an opener, but just like follow up after cleave, like the counter cleave essentially. They put her on like Celine artifact, and you know, and when you're building her really fast, you can't really invest too much in her attack unless you have insane gear. So to like compensate for that, they are essentially just giving her attack % increase so that she can have, you know, a decent amount of attack. And you know, her S1 still does more damage. It still has the absorb health. They're increasing the damage that it does. This is nice. I don't know if this is like enough to make her like overpowered or anything like that. She's still going to be extremely niche. in my personal opinion. She's still gonna fit that niche role of like countering cleave, um, being kind of like a speedy type of unit when it comes to like RTA. But at least now that role is more well defined. Like this is like basically laying it out. Like this is how we want you to play with this unit or use them. So yeah, this is enhance her, yeah, and then it elevates her usability and address the previous concerns that she had. You know, her damage on her S1 as well as not being able to build her with enough attack. Cool. Now we're on to Hwayoung. I am scared. I am scared. They fixed her S1. This is one of the things that I said that I was like, I think we need to maybe take it back a little bit. What? She is losing this? Oh, wait, I don't know how I feel about that. At the start of the turn, when the caster doesn't have a debuff, increase attack for 1 turn. Okay. They're so afraid of Hwayoung. Like, I'm so serious. Because what is this? The S1 being, you know, the increasing the damage and the additional damage. This is nice. This was like, the S1 really got, like, gutted. Okay. And then her S3. You look at the Awakening. Granting immunity and a barrier to the caster for 2 turns. When the caster attack is greater than the target's attack, penetrates the target's defense. With a penetration rate increasing proportional to the difference up to a maximum of 100%. Wait, is this her old S3? When the target's max health is greater than the caster's max health, penetrates the target's defense. Oh my gosh. I don't know what her old S3 was. Only a 3-turn cooldown. Where's her soul bar? Her soul bar's on S3. I think Hwayoung's back. I'm gonna say it here. I'm gonna say it now. Hwayoung is back. If this is what they're doing, Hwayoung is 100% back. Because this literally, this kills. This one-shots probably ML Landy. Because, I mean, most ML Landys are only going to have like 3k attack, if that. Sometimes even lower if they want them to be tankier, right? ML Euphine definitely is not going to have any attack really, other than maybe like 2k. So if the difference is like good enough for like a tankier ML Euphine or an ML Landy, Hwayoung's back. Like this is good. You can still build her relatively fast, like a speedier Hwayoung, so that she does get her turn. If she does get her turn, she gets to attack up. This actually is really, really good. She loses out on her cleanse though. Yeah, she loses her cleanse on her S3. Because that was a thing that they had for her. Was it her S3? Oh, no, she doesn't lose it. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared. This might be it. I see why they got rid of this. To basically make it so that you have to build a ton of attack. So it doesn't have like a flat. But then again, she gets a free attack buff. She has that artifact, that limited artifact built into her kit, essentially. I'm gonna have to start re-gearing my Hwayoung. This might be the build. I'm not gonna lie, because Hwayoung's big weakness, and it was her weakness in the past, was just the fact that you can, you know, you just cleave her. Like that's how you beat Hwayoung, is by cleaving her. So I don't think she'll be too overtuned. You know, Lua exists. Like you could just slap Lua. I think Lua can single-handedly prevent Hwayoung from doing anything that she wants to do. So there's that. You know, Lua's still the most broken unit in the game. But This is nice. This is definitely a unit I think is worth building, especially because it's a unit that could kill ML Euphine, Navy Captain Landy, and things like that. Those HP, not necessarily HP, but those event scaling bruisers. Because it's 100% defense span just by having higher attack, which was kind of like how she dealt with killing literally everything. But it was like the HP difference. Or no, it wasn't an HP difference. Was this the old thing? I can't tell. Was this like the old Hwayoung S3? Let me know. I'm not for sure. Okay. Then we have Elena. These are probably gonna be a whole bunch of PvE changes. Oh no, they did what I thought they were gonna do. Dispel one buff from all allies. Okay, this is good because her EE also dispels a buff, and this is gonna be okay. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. There's so many debuffs in the game. It's nice to be able to get rid of 2 debuffs. I wish they would have just put it in her S2 passive, but maybe that isn't as good. But yeah, this is good. This is a good change to make her a little bit better at cleansing and effective at cleansing and things like that. Alrighty. We have... Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, command mod Laika, decrease buff durations for the target for 1 turn when using... Wait. What? They just made it so it's a 100% chance. Okay. I thought they were gonna decrease buff duration for her S3. I mean, she's still gonna just be hard countered by immunity. Which is like, I guess it's fine. Like, it makes it so that she is, you know, she has a counter. Right? But I thought they were going to make it so that she decreased buff durations. And then on her, because they're releasing a new ML unit that can properly handle with sleep. But I don't want to get into that. Allegedly, they're doing that. Alleged. Then we have auxiliary locks. What are they doing? Increase effectiveness of the caster for 2 turns. What? And the S... So they're making it so that his extra turn... Oh my gosh, they have ruined Oxalots for PvE. What? They have. Oh, well, never mind. Wait, yes, they did. The thing about Oxalots is that he is used in a cheese composition where, because he has a 2-turn cooldown, you put him on Spirit's Breath and it will always be off cooldown. Now, you have to soul burn. Because, like, when you're using that cheese, you literally don't soul burn, right? You just only use his S2, and his S2 has like a perma uptime essentially. But now with it being 3 turns, and you having the soul burn to get the extra turn, I don't want this change. This is not at all what he needs. So increases the attack and effectiveness for 2 turns and combat range by 100%, and increase effectiveness of the caster. And then his S3 dispels 2 buffs. This is crazy. I think the only thing that they should have did was made it his S3 dispels 2 buffs. And maybe added another debuff. I still think they should have added a seal or a bind in his S3. I think that would have been amazing. That could be, you know, what could help him out. But the S2 change is not good at all. It actually ruins him for PvE. Because there is again, the cheese composition that uses Oxalots, Lots, Washer Shuri, and I think Clarissa, the ML 4-star Clarissa, Kitty Cat Clarissa, that one. That cheese is now completely like messed up because you need a soul burn. You need now you have the soul burn so that you can have the perma uptime of his S2. I don't like this change. This is very much a downgrade. I can't wait to see what other people see about this. Let me know what you think about it because I'm pretty sure that's a downgrade, 100%. This will not make him usable at all. Like, at all. Like, I don't know if they're trying to make him pair with Judge Kise, which is like, okay, I guess, but still, no, it's not. This is not it. And then after you soul burn S2, you S3 and then you get counterattack and die. That's literally what's gonna happen. No, this is not absolutely not. This does not help him at all. Affinity, okay, this is what I thought was gonna change. Increase with the combat readiness of the caster. It's a good change. It makes it a lot more viable to cut in front. So there's that. Romann. Inflicting a restrict. Okay. This is a PvE change, I'm assuming. Restrict is a nice debuff for certain bosses. Well, it's not even really good for certain bosses, right? Because some bosses are immune to restrict. Maybe they're trying to make it so that he's good and... What's that one hunt? Achates? Every single buff they do is for Achates. I don't know why, but it is what it is. So they're increasing her sleep chance. That's cool. Decrease damage and increasing the amount of damage that she takes. Or the decreased damage suffered by 20%. I'll take it. I don't think this is going to make her viable at any means, but that's nice. It's a nice change. Circus Fantasia. Let's see. Increase. Oh! Increase critical hit chance by 50%, 15%. Okay. I would say that's decent because it makes it so that even though nobody uses Miui, this would be a good artifact on Miui. Because Miui, you need to build her with 100% crit now, and this can like help with that gear score a little bit. But I'd be using Circus Fantasia on like a unit like Conquer Lilius just to give her a ton of effectiveness. Right? Isn't this one? Because it gives like 50% effectiveness. That crit chance is a little bit of a dead stat on C. Lilius, but it is what it is. Manic of Control increases critical hit chance by 15%. Increases hit chance by 10 to 20%. Again, oh, okay, this is like separating it. So you get the 15% crit chance increase flat out, no matter what. And then you also get hit chance increase by a maximum of 20%. That's okay. That is okay. And then a Sacred Tree Branch. I've been using this a lot. Oh, this just makes it so that the caster and the ally gets the combat readiness increase. That's nice. That's a nice adjustment. It's not really anything too crazy, but yeah. None of these artifacts seem especially OP. It just gives them like a stat to use, right? It has a flat stat that's usable. It has a flat stat that makes it a little bit more usable. Yeah, this gives more utility for the caster as well as the supporter. Let's take a preview at the comments because let's see, 128 replies. Oh, okay, well, already starting off with a bang. Yeah, the A-Lots change was actually a little too, because like I don't think Onslaught will ever be good in a PvP. I'm sorry, not anymore. They could have kept him the exact same. Smilegate, listen to me. Listen to me. Adding the Dispelling 2 buffs, cool. That's nice. And just left it at that, honestly. And adding another debuff, personally, I think a Seal or a Bind would change the game. And putting his Soul Burn back to his S3, Anyone that says like Oxlots is too OP with like Sphere's Breath and his S2, and it's like I get that, but again, who is Oxlot beating? Let's be real here. Who is he outspeeding, and not any of the new units? Like it's just not. This is just not a good change. In my personal opinion, it's not a good change. Yeah, I think Hwayoung is decent. I think Hwayoung, Spirit Eye Celine, Specimen Sez are probably the only ones that are going to see any light after this patch. Or not, after this change. Oh, especially Elena. She's also going to do well. I mean, people already use command model Laika. This just makes her more usable and more like, you know, when you do use her, she actually does get her sleep and her decreased speed. So that's nice. But yeah, I think so far, a lot of these changes aren't necessarily like meta breaking. The Hwayoung change might be, depending on how it looks. Specimen Sez change might be, depending. Judge Kise, I don't think she's gonna get any use. I really don't. They have her being built, or have her changed. She's like a debuffer now, but she's also like not, because she's not gonna be fast enough to really be one. So I guess you want to have her to be built with damage and effectiveness and a bunch of other, I don't know. We'll just have to see. I don't think she's going to be used at all, other than the Judge Kise one tricks. I do use her. But yeah, I think this is a okay balance adjustments. They did ruin a unit, which is a little upsetting, especially for, you know, for people who like to use Oxlots in PvE cheese type situations. That's a little upsetting. Heck, even on like certain expos, he's gonna be a little rough to use because his kind of kit is a little messed up there. But yeah, that's gonna conclude this video. If you did enjoy it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about this adjustment. A little yikes here and there in regards to some of these changes, but for the most part, some of them are just like okay changes that aren't gonna like make or break a unit. Other than the Oxlot's change, would definitely broke the unit. I don't think he's gonna be useful at all anymore in anything actually. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Peace out.